Good afternoon. It is Thursday. It is 3 o'clock. Well, right on the dot. Right on the dot. And thank you for joining us for Targeting the Violence. We've got a very good topic today. Joining me now is Nikela Nichols, his beautiful wife, Ebony Nichols. Thank y'all so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
And y'all are from PUSH, which is a nonprofit organization. Before we start talking about the subject that we're talking about, let's talk about what exactly PUSH is.
Oh, wow. PUSH is an acronym that stands for Persevering Under Severe Hindrance. And it's a nonprofit organization that goes out into the community. We advocate for children and families. We stand in the gap in situations, interventions, and we take a holistic approach to deal with everyday life for our children, our families, for the community. We're sanctioned through Mentor Alabama, where we can go into any public school in the state of Alabama and provide intervention training. We're just one-stop shop for our families.
Mm-hmm. Which is great because we have so many families that are in crisis right now, so many that need help. And what we're here talking about today is an empowerment seminar that's going to not just help our youth and families, it's going to help all of us, actually.
Right. PUSH was designed out of me going into, I was in Akron, Ohio, and I was a case manager for minority behavioral health and pastoral counseling services there in Akron. And I would go into these schools to provide services, and then I would go into the homes to see what the home atmosphere was like for those families, to speak to the moms. Majority of the students didn't have fathers, and there were so many hindrances that we came across. And when I moved back to Mobile, PUSH was developed because we were seeing some of the same things right here in Mobile. And me being in ministry, I say, okay, I got to take what we're doing in church outside of the four walls and make it relative to what the climate and the atmosphere of change should be that I felt. So that's where PUSH came from, and it's opened up so many doors for us, scholarship opportunities for our students, and just a gamut of things that we can provide for our community. So, I have to get my wife involved because I can't do anything without her.
Exactly.
She keeps me pushing.
Yes, my background is in children and family services, so I help on that end. So I can help identify families who need assistance, but he hits the ground running when it comes to actually providing the services. So I'm in the background, but that's the guy with the footwork.
That's great. We love that teamwork. We love it when we see it.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference.
It does. Which and developing so many partnerships around the country, even in Jamaica. We've done mission trips there and provide intervention services there in Kingston. But in developing those partnerships, those roundtable discussions, say, hey, let's see how we can change the atmosphere wherever we go, the climate wherever we go, the cancel culture that's out there now, that shouldn't be a part of our environment, because we all have issues, and just because your issue is not my issue and I don't agree with you does not mean that I push you away. We should accept people where they are, which forming the awakening experience. Let our eyes open up. Let us be woke about what's going on in our environment, our community, and lead with love, as God has commanded us to. So that's. I was at an event on last year, the Awakening. They invited me to Akron, Ohio, to be special guest music there, and just really fostered and some relationships there. And I was talking to the founder, Joshua, and I said, what would it take for Awakening to get to come to the Gulf Coast. We need this here. With so many, not only young people, but older people there. And they kind of synergize together and form this union of empowerment. And I said, well, we need that here in Mobile, in the Gulf Coast, Mississippi. I know so many people around the Gulf Coast. And I said, how can we have it? He said, man, if you find us a spot, we're there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's how it was birthed here.
And we do need this. Tell me a little bit more about the Awakening and what it's going to be dealing with and some of the speakers.
Okay. Awakening is, like I said, the founder is Pastor Joshua Parker in Akron, Ohio. He is a great young business mogul there. He does a lot of real estate, but his heart is to share empowering messages, not only in the United States, but across the globe. He's been to Africa and different areas, sharing the message of hope and love. And he's going to be here. Chad Johnson, he is out of the Colorado area, but he moves around the country. He has a nonprofit also called Elevate, which is a multi-million-dollar nonprofit that provides services for youth and family in the United States. So he'll be here. You may have noticed him on a reality TV show on OWN Network with Chad and Michelle. But he's a phenomenal friend of mine there. He'll be here. And Reva Henry and myself, I'll be doing a little speaking.
And we need this at this time because we've got so much going on with, violence and just stress that's going on with the economy.
Yeah.
And we need to find some way to be able to uplift ourselves and motivate ourselves.
Yes.
Right.
I think that's why this particular event is so important, because with everything that's going on in the community, with the violence, with the economy, all things considered, it's dangerous to throw away an entire generation, whether it's the young or the old. And the only way that we can kind of bridge the gap and bring people together is to create these sorts of spaces where we're inviting them and saying, hey, this is for everybody.
Yeah.
Because we don't see each other's value if we're not spending time together. And I think that as we build the relationships, that you will see mentorships growing out of things of that nature. So the young people can be around, people who are doing something different in their lives than what they normally see, and encouraging them to do community service, anything of that nature that will get them, open their eyes to something bigger and better, bigger than what they're used to, just so they can discover what their purpose may be instead of focusing on the negative things that may be around them.
And you said something that was so key there, Ebony. You said instead of just throwing away.
Yes.
This
I've heard it 100 times.
Generation.
It's a lost Oh, these kids are lost. No, they're not. They're right here. There's an opportunity here.
And we have to reach them because it gets frustrating with working with some of the Gen Zers.
Yes.
And my children are Gen Zers, and I'm like, what in the world are y'all thinking? But you know what? We have to take some of that blame for it as parents because we've removed all obstacles for them, and we tried to make it a little bit easier for them, and now we've created this whole different generation that we're looking at now. We're like, wait a minute, we've got to reach back, we've got to fix this.
Right.
And we've got to fix this, but we have to be the examples in order to fix it.
Right.
Yes.
And so that's why something like this is good, because it gives us a direction on what can we do, because it's not too late.
Right.
No.
Right.
It's not too late.
Kim, people often say it takes a village. But my question is what has the village done? It does take a village. It takes us uniting together in order to promote and bring that change that we desire for our children and generations to come. But where has the village failed us?
Exactly, and that's what we have to ask.
Right. The village needs to take accountability, be accountable for what's been done. So we're trying to reconstruct the village and make the foundation stronger. So yeah.
And that goes a lot to the family structure.
Yes.
Our family structure has been broken in so many pieces with absent fathers. And a lot of times you have to look at it's not that some of these fathers want to be around. Some of these women will push the fathers away. So you've got to look at yourself and the importance of kids need both parents. God gave you a mother and a father for a reason.
Yes.
He knew what he was doing.
Right, right. I was in Strickland doing an intervention, and I asked the young men there, say, hey, what is your greatest accomplishment that you know how to do? And one of the guys said to put to break down and put together a gun in 30 seconds.
Oof. That's his greatest accomplishment.
That was because his daddy taught him how to do it. Yeah, his daddy taught him how to.
And that shows the significant impact it has on when a father teaches a son something.
Right.
And in something instead of something great, he taught him something that wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to put up on the screen real quick, Ed. Let's put on the information about the Awakening Conference and exactly when it is. Tell us when it is and when we can catch it.
All right. Well, it's June 30th through July 2nd at Destiny Vision Christian Center, at 500 Dykes Road, 8 Mile, Alabama. 36613. It's just not going to be held. All the events are just not going to be held at the ministry center. We're going to Eastern Shore on Friday night after our general session, conference session. We're going to Eastern Shore and have a family breakout at Eastern Shore on July the 1st at 10, and then July 2nd we'll be climaxing with the beach party. So so it's fun for the entire family.
Yeah.
And for the whole weekend,
For the whole weekend.
So this is coming up very fast. So of course, we're going to have this information on our Facebook page. We're going to make sure that we put it on our website. How does somebody? Do you need to register?
Registration is totally free. You go online at destinyvision.org/awakening. You can see the awakening gear. We have gear for the conference, and the registration is free. Just show up and be empowered. Yeah.
Show up and show out. We love that. All right. Well, we appreciate it. We're hoping this will be a packed event, the Awakening Conference, because, of course, it's summertime. What better way to empower yourself and get ready for the upcoming school year? Because in another month, kids will be back in school and things will be a little different. Yeah. It's going by fast, isn't it? It isn't.
Go real fast.
Thank y'all so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Don't forget, we're going to have this information as we go out. We'll put the Awakening information up on our screen again, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thank you.